This game is called Truths. Truths is not so much a game as a mode of sharing that you can use anytime. In Austin, we end every single games night with a round of truths. And we also use it a lot in conversation. Hey, can I share a truth with you? Sometimes you can call this a withhold as well, something that you haven't said, but that's affecting your connection. A truth can be a moment of impact. It can be something that happened between you and another person that's been kind of sticking with you. It can even be something that's happening in the moment that you're thinking about the other person. The format of a truth is when you, and you can say the person's name, I felt. The when you is something that is observable, that you could capture with a camera. When they, asked you a question, when you shared a personal story with me, when you nudged my elbow. I felt is how it impacted you. I felt frustrated. I felt confused. I felt delighted. If you want, you can give a little bit more context, but make sure you share the emotion first. I felt confused because I didn't really understand where you were coming from, and I was worried that your comment meant that, I did something wrong. The person receiving the truth just says thank you. If they want, they can share a truth in response, but often we hear something and we don't even let it sink in before we already have our response queued up. So if you get a truth, let it land. Notice how you feel, and then decide if you want to share a truth in response later. So again, the format is when you, I felt. In the game, we're going to try this with a partner. So you're going to go back and forth and share frames from what happened with your experience with each other. When we were playing that game, I felt. When you shared with me, I felt. When you smiled, I felt. Whatever it is. So make sure you share at least a couple of frames with each other, however many feels good. And I hope that you had a wonderful event and that you have a great rest of your day. All right, this is Truths, which is one of the core practices of authentic relating. Diggs and I are going to play this. I have a truth for you, Diggs. Are you open to it?
Yes.
When you suggested doing all of these videos today, I felt nervous about time, aware of how long this tends to take.
Mm-hmm.
And when we actually filmed 10 different games and demos and a welcome video today, I felt enthusiastic and inspired and really grateful at your ability to keep us on task.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, I have a truth for you. Do you
Shoot.
want to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I find planning with you around projects often chaotic. And it's very different than the way I do things. And then every time we go to actually get into work, everything falls into place perfectly. So there's an anxiety to it in the build-up often, and then a huge joy in actually doing the work together.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you said that, I felt kind of taken aback. First I felt shame, and then I felt joy, really deeply seen for how I work and what I see the outcome of it being in my own life, but how I always worry it impacts other people. So it's almost like a completion of a cycle that felt really nice.
Awesome. Yeah, and I want to keep going with the demo, but I think that's one of the beautiful things about this game is I didn't know my truth would hit that place in you, and I just learned something about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's Truths.